Hey guys, welcome back to the Kanani Weinman YouTube channel. Wanted to do a lesson today on the zones of regulation. That means our feeling zones, and it connects our feelings with a color so that we can remember when we have a certain feeling, we can remember a color that's connected to it. So each zone has certain feelings in it. An example is the sad feeling. Sometimes when people think of sadness, they think of the color blue. For example, the blue zone has the word sad in it with a sad face. Sometimes when people feel blue, that means they're feeling down or they're feeling sad. They're feeling blue. That's the blue zone. Other parts of the blue zone could be sick or tired or bored. Other feelings are connected to other colors, like the green zone. In the green zone, people feel focused, meaning they can keep their eyes on the teacher, they can listen with their ears, and their bodies are happy and calm, okay? Those are good ways to remember what happy and calm are by remembering it's part of the green zone. Also, we have the yellow zone. In the yellow zone, we have a lot of feelings. This is a zone that has lots and lots of different feelings. And some of them can feel like they're in the green or feel like they're in the red, but they're not quite there. They're almost those things. So, yellow, you might feel excited. And excited can feel a lot like happy, but excited gets to be too happy, too excited, and we end up doing things like getting distracted or feeling like a bouncy ball, like we're moving all over, bouncing off the walls, things like that. That's in the yellow zone. Some other feelings in the yellow zone are frustrated, worried, and silly. When we get too silly, kind of like this face up here, we end up making choices that maybe aren't the safest either. And they don't help us stay focused when we're supposed to be. And then there is the red zone. Now, can you think of what would be in the red zone? Pause the video and take some guesses. Maybe you can even read some words on here. Well, I hope you paused. In the red zone, we can kind of imagine the color red can sometimes give off the vibe of somebody who is mad. Look at that face. A mad face. Maybe they're out of control. They're yelling or kicking or screaming, things like that. Maybe they're feeling very, very scared, which is kind of like the word worried. Worried and scared are almost the same, but scared is about being so afraid that something might happen to you or something you might have done to someone else, something like that. We have to be very aware of how our feelings affect others as well. So we have different colors that represent our feelings: blue, green, yellow, and red. So I'm going to pick out a few of those, and I want you to kind of think about times when you had those feelings and connect it to which zone. So I'm going to pick a feeling, and you're going to talk about a time with the person next to you. Maybe it's an adult with you, or a brother or sister or a cousin or something like that. You're going to discuss with them how about a time that you had that feeling and what caused your feeling. So discuss means you're going to talk to each other. That means you're going to use your eyes to look at each other, and you're going to not talk while the other person is talking so that you can listen and understand in your brain. All right, so let's get our thinking brains on. Let's be focused, which is in the green zone, and get ready to talk with the person next to you. All right, here we go. All right, let's talk about the word or the feeling tired. Have you ever felt tired before? Maybe you came to school and you just, so tired. Didn't sleep good last night and just want to sleep. Have you ever felt that way? Pause the video and talk about a time maybe you felt so tired you couldn't really think at school. What happened? Okay, I hope you paused, and I hope you were able to think about a time that you got so tired maybe you weren't able to do very good at school. That is the blue zone, tired. Let's think of a different word. How about the word frustrated? That's here. The word frustrated, what does that mean? Pause the video and discuss what that might mean. Okay, I hope you paused. Frustrated can be something that you're trying hard to do, but you can't get it to work. Like maybe you're trying to do your math and do some adding, and you can't get the numbers to add up right, and you keep getting it wrong, and you get frustrated. Or maybe you're trying to clean the table and you keep spilling things on the table. Or maybe you're trying to tie your shoes and you're trying to tie them and the laces just won't tie, and oh, it's so frustrating. That's in the yellow zone. Think about a time when you were frustrated. Talk with the person next to you about what that was like to be frustrated, and know that it's connected to the yellow zone. Okay, I hope you paused the video. Let's think of another one. Maybe we could talk about the red zone. Let's think of being out of control. Maybe sometimes things don't go our way. Maybe we wanted a toy, or we wanted a special time with our friends, or we wanted to play with something that someone else already had. Or maybe we're wanting our mom or dad to play with us or talk with us or get their attention. And we don't get those things. And then we start to get kind of mad, and our mad takes over our actions, and we start to get out of control, and we start yelling, or we start hitting, or we start kicking, or something very unsafe. Maybe we maybe we throw things, or we break something. That is out of control. Talk about a time that maybe you felt so mad you got out of control. Hope you paused the video and talked about that. Okay, now it's important. What we want to do always is try to stay here in the green zone, staying focused, staying happy, and staying calm. Because those are the feelings that feel good. Feelings in the blue zone don't feel so good. It doesn't feel good to be sad, sick, tired, and bored. It doesn't feel good to be frustrated, worried, or overly silly. It doesn't feel good to be mad or out of control or scared. Those aren't good feelings. They don't feel good inside. So we need to learn how to calm them down. So what I want you to do is think about one of these feelings. Either pick a zone, the blue zone, yellow zone, or red zone, and think about a time that you felt one of those feelings. Maybe it was mad in the red zone. Maybe it was silly in the yellow zone. Maybe it was sick or sad in the blue zone. Talk about one of those with the person next to you. So pause the video and talk about how you handled it. Okay, I hope you paused the video. Let's come up with some strategies. So I'm going to talk about some and see if you can maybe practice them. Let's say you're sad in the blue zone. I think a good way to handle that is when we're really sad, we can do a couple things. Sometimes when we get sad, maybe because things didn't go our way, or maybe a person that we wanted to be with isn't around, we can maybe go and take a break in a quiet spot. Maybe your bed, maybe you're at school and you go to the take a break chair. Maybe you go for a drink of water. Those things can give ourselves some space from the people around us and what we're doing, and can help us have a little break to calm our brains down. Another thing to do would be to do some deep breathing. Breathing slowly in the nose and out the mouth. And doing that a few times. Maybe it's talking to someone. Maybe you said, hey, thinking of your teacher's name, you could raise your hand and say, can I talk to you about something? I'm having a problem. And talking to your teacher or your mom or dad about what you're feeling. Maybe you're in the yellow zone. Have you ever felt maybe silly? Maybe really silly, where you're thinking things are really funny, you're joking, you're talking loud, maybe you're kind of in and out of your chair. You're feeling so silly you're not able to stay focused and stay calm. Has that ever happened to you? Maybe discuss a time of with someone about what happened when you felt way too silly. Okay, I hope you discussed a little bit about that and you thought about what silly means and what happens when you're silly. What would be a good way to calm down when you're feeling really silly? I think what you could do is you could probably go ask to go to a buddy room, and where you're not in the room with your friends who you're getting silly with. Maybe you could go, if you're at home, you could go to your bedroom again and just lay in your bed for a minute. Maybe if you can handle it, you could go to a take a break spot and do again some deep breathing. Maybe you could do some counting, start at a really high number, depending on what grade you're in. If you're in kindergarten, start at number 20 and try to count backwards, or 10 and count backwards. Maybe if you're in first grade, you start at 30 and you count backwards from 30, 29, 28, and so on. That can maybe help get your mind off of the silly. Let's say you're in the red zone and you're mad. Things are not going the way you wanted. You had a bad day at home. You had a bad day at school. You're mad. You're just having a rough day. And instead of doing something that's unsafe, like getting out of control and throwing and hitting, maybe you should take a break. And it's probably good to take a break for a while. Sitting in a quiet spot away from people, doing some deep breathing, and probably some self-talk. Maybe you would stop, go to take a break, name your feeling. I feel mad. And while you're feeling mad, then you could do things like tighten your fists and relax your fists. Tighten them and relax. Flex your muscles and relax. Maybe you could do things like deep breathing. In the nose, hold it, out of the mouth. Another deep breathing is 5-fingered breathing. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. And you do it all the way through your hands. Those are some good ideas to practice when we get into some of these feelings. Our goal is always to stay in the green zone, which means we are focused, happy, and calm. I hope this was a helpful video to help you guys think about what color we can think of when we have certain feelings. And those colors can help us remember the feelings and also help us calm down. So what I want you to do at the very end now of this video is pick a zone, blue, yellow, red, and think about how you can calm yourself down when you're in the blue zone, yellow zone, and red zone. So take a minute after the video is done and think about some strategies, some ideas, how to calm down when you're in the blue, yellow, and the red. All right. Hope you guys have a great day.